Welcome to this episode of The Compressor Guru. I've been in business since 1979. That's it's approaching 42 years being self-employed. And I would have never made it if it wasn't for this cat. It's trouble. Anyway, I would have never made it if it wasn't for some very good education I got when I was in high school. I went to Votech and I was in a program called a Diversified Occupation Education. Some of the things in these future bonus episodes I'm going to talk to you about are some of the lessons I learned then, and I'll talk to you about some of the lessons I've learned in business since then. Many of you gearheads that are subscribers to this channel own your own shops, body shops, mechanic shops, tire shops, or you work at one, and knowledge is power. So I'm going to get rid of a cat. So many of you are self-employed as well or work at small shops, and business experience is part of any job you have today. So I'm going to start with one of the very first things that I had to realize when I was considering going into compressor business. It's very important to consider what business you want to go in. It's not just your expertise that matters. It's called a market prospectus, and it has to do with how many people are in your area. There's all kinds of fancy college ways of going about this. As how much business is available for a new business. Here's the simple high school way it was explained to us. And by the way, this was a 2-hour lecture. Here's the one big one I gleaned out of it. And let's say you live in a town of 5,000 people, and there's 10 pizza shops there. And you make good pizza. You open a pizza shop, you are going to starve because there's too much competition. If you live in a town of 500 people and you don't know how to make pizza, that's okay. You can learn to make pizza, and you can learn to make good pizza. But without any competition, you can open your doors and survive, and depending how good a job you do at learning how to make pizza, you can thrive. So you want to take a look at the area you're in, and if there is a need. It's not just your expertise that's important. You want to see if there's a need. If there's too many pizza shops in the area, don't open a pizza shop. The reason I chose the compressor business was my dad was a service manager in a heavy equipment company, and it wasn't uncommon for customers to stop by my dad's house and set up work or just visit with him. And a gentleman named Bob Knittel, Bob's gone now, stopped by, and he was asking my dad to send somebody out to work on a compressor. It needed a valve on the next business day, and Bob sat there and said, I wish there was somebody doing this work in the area, because the road rate for the equipment company Dad worked for at the time was $40 an hour, and this was in 1979. That equates to $100 or more an hour now. And I remembered that lesson from high school. And so I did a little research, and I found out my nearest competition was 90 miles away in any direction. And I'm not talking about the equipment company Dad worked for, because this was extra stuff they did, but nobody for 90 miles, at least 90 miles, specialized in compressor repair. I was already working as a mechanic, and I had a dad that was pretty smart, and he helped me. And once I got set up and actually moving along a little bit, one of my vendors helped me a great deal. I would call the old man that owned the company that was selling me parts and I'd say, Harold, I'm having an issue. I got a compressor that won't pump, and here's what it's doing. Here's what I've checked, and he talked me through a great many things over the phone. And between my dad and my common sense and Harold and Bud's rule number 4 of never stop learning, I learned an awful lot over the years, and that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing some of that with you now. So if you're thinking about going in a business, or you're already in a business and thinking about adding a new service or a new product, you want to look and see who and where the competition is, and you want to consider that. This is business survival tip number 1 from the Compressor Guru. We're going to share quite a few more of these. Appreciate it. If you'd like and subscribe, hit that bell. Oh, my screensaver just went to, here's some friends. Anyway, hit that bell so that you know when the next episode's coming out. We're going to run these episodes intermittently, no particular schedule. We do run our other technical episodes every other Monday. And upcoming, we have a 242 from the mid-1970s. It's an Ingersoll Rand we're going to do a complete rebuild on. And I thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day. God bless. Anything I need to elaborate before you shut her off? Because I can cut and paste. I'll trim a couple things out.
No, it was basically look at your area. If there's not a need for what you want to do, you're not going to make any money at it.
Yeah. And you can learn even if you don't know. And that's the basic message.
Okay.